welcome back to the World Cyber Games Grand Finals, live from Cologne in the Kohl-Messer Stadium, hall number 8, appropriately, and my favourite number. And joining me is my favourite commentator. Hello.
Oh.
How you doing?
Should I put on a Norwegian voice?
No, stay without the voice. Welcome back. This is the World Cyber Games Grand Finals. Joining me now is Stuart Tosspot. So Jonas has unfortunately had to shoot off to Dusseldorf to meet a nice lady.
Nice lady called Lufthansa.
Indeed. Back to Denmark. Back to Norway. Talking of Denmark, there are the Danes right now and the Swedes. They battle it out. It's 1-1 right now in the grand final. That man there, Zet, has been an absolute monster, but not monster enough because it's tied up in maps. We head on to map number 3, and it's Train. And this time round, it really could be going to SK Gaming. They fancy their chances, Stuart. Frankly, I have no idea which way this is going to go now.
Well, 2 or 3 weeks ago, well, in fact, go back a month, and SK on Train were rocking a double AWP defense that was unstoppable. Then in Dubai, that got found out. And now, we're, particularly by even gameplay, found it out the easiest. Now we're going to see whether they've had time to adapt, whether they've had time to make any changes. Although it is mTw to start on the pistol round on CT. And, well, what a game this will be.
We've come to call CT side mTw side now. That's how we've named it. They start on mTw side. Because they are, of course, monsters and masters of the counter-terrorist. I think we've heard enough of the fact that they're the #1 team in the world, they're the best team in the world, they're the best CT team in the world, they're the best team of 2008. Because really, this is where it gets proved or not proved. SK are going for the title. It's 1-1. We're in round 1 of the 3rd and final map. Nothing doing so far. They've kind of got a 1-1-3 kind of split going on. Right now, Zet and Robin back in white hallways, Waller's back in T-spawn, Tempole just waiting with Alan towards Ivy, as you can see from our overheads. And those 5 men from mTw very split out right now, waiting to spot any kind of movement from SK. Here we go. Flash over the top. Zet comes out with the opening kill with the USP in towards that bomb site, and they will plant outside early. Wally's got it right in there as Wimp and Zet exchange frags right now. They've only lost 1 man here, and that man was Alan early on. And mTw are in trouble with a 4 versus 2. Make that a 4 versus 1. And Sonic is now last man standing. And say goodnight thanks to Tempole's headshot.
Zet, brilliant round from the Swede there. Now, as Zet does in World Cyber Games final, turns to his opponents and looks to wind them up. And picks up that round. And I'll tell you, that's a huge round. Winning pistol on T on Train. And if you then convert that to 3, considering on Train you're aiming for 5 at best, gives you halfway to that already. So brilliant round from SK. Must win now for them to close this thing out and really take this opportunity, because they've been presented with it. You can see that mTw on that overlay are stacking up the top side, because they know that they're stronger in numbers on their save. But SK at the moment haven't taken any of their bait, are sat waiting for them as Wally and Alan are in fact in this area, just in that main street, waiting to see if anyone pops their head out. Hasn't happened yet. SK are going to have to make a commitment any second now, as Zet continues to probe every corner. Doesn't happen for him yet.
You won't know this, of course, but he was 16-1 after 4 rounds.
He's had a bad day
on Tuscan. He's playing terrible.
I mean, and then firing on all cylinders, Zet really is a player who just brings something different to it. I remember Train in Dubai, he came up with a number of 3-on-1s and really just changed rounds for SK. So he'll play a very interesting role, but that's on CT. I'm curious to see what he'll do on T. Here we go. SK will play their way in towards this top site. They have 4 players there with the bomb carrier, and they're going to look to back it up. Zet opens up the frags right on cue. ABE didn't stand a chance, and then down goes the bomb. They're looking for those final 4 players. Sonic hits the deck. Thunder follows suit. MG does get 1 back, but it leaves just Wimp and MJE to do something about it. Wimp got himself 1 in. Do they go for this one? Oh, Wimp, hello, gets himself 1. Zet picks off MJE, and now it leaves Wally and Zet to finish off the round. Zet gets another one, and SK 2-up.
Well, wouldn't you know it? Tricky round. They wanted to try and anti-strap them on that eco, and they proved wise to it. Zet picking up the 3 in the round. I think that probably puts him on 6 already after 2. Certainly 5. And Zonic on MJE on your screen there. they're looking a little perturbed, I have to say. They were looking very lovely and casual and happy at the middle part of the first map. They were looking happy at the end of the second one. Quite so happy during the second map. And now looking even more unhappy as Robin and Waller go through them with 2 quick kills. Sunder and Zonic reply though. They've got scouts in hand. What the heck is going on here from MTW? I can't believe it. 2 scouts in hand from them. And they've pushed out and picked up 2 frags. What on earth are MTW doing right now? Zonic with that scout in hand again, lands another one on Zet, and a long range shot. Oh, couldn't quite finish him off. And this is unbelievable from MTW. And Zonic comes up the train, picks up an M4, exchanges it from the scout that he had in hand, and takes down Wally. And now we've got a 1v1. This is incredible from MTW. When you least expect it, they pull out a double scout round. What on earth is going on? 7 points of health for Zonic right now. Robin can't have much more than 20 himself. And this round could go either way. Still down by the middle train outside 5. Robin creeping forward with 25 points of health, and Zonic will win the round! And that one goes down in the annals of history as being one of the most phenomenal rounds of Counter-Strike you're ever likely to see. Double scout round, would you believe it?
If you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the lottery. And MTW matched all 5 numbers up right there.
And the bonus ball. And the Euro ball.
I mean, that was phenomenal stuff.
Ridiculous.
From Zonic. I mean, sometimes it's about the gamble, other times it's about the individual, and this time it was about both of them. And now SK find themselves on a Glock round with MTW picking up around the end. No right again.
They must be sitting there thinking, what the heck did we deserve to get double scouted that round and lose the round?
Temple's the only one who's going to answer up here with a frag. He's the last man standing on the top of that train as he baits one out but gets shut down as well. 2-2 suddenly. And it's an important round because basically, if they'd given it up, it was 3-0.
Do you know what? I actually think if MTW go on to win this game, they will point to that 3rd round as being the moment that they really won the match. It could well be a year-defining round from the Danes. And just an amazing round. 2-2 then, as we head into round number 5. Just covering Ivy. Back with Alan, who's just pushed towards Ivy now. Wally with bomb in hand. And Alan's a lone ranger down there at Ivy. There's 2 looking to join their compatriots in Whitehall. Robin and Zet are both back there as well. And it does look like this might be an inner, but let's wait and see. Nothing doing so far. And the CT side of MTW getting a little restless outside right now. Avi and Wimp have started to push, and SK have got to be careful here. Robin spying the ladder. Alan looking to push outside. A grenade unleashed outside. Doesn't do any damage. Time ticking away. 45 seconds. All 5 men from SK back up in White Halls right now. Still 3 outside for MTW. MJ and Zonic can just relax a little on the inner. Here comes Alan and Wally. To try and move forward. There was a dink inside there. I don't quite know who got dink, but Waller goes down under fire from Sunder. A long range from the Famous. He's up in heaven. Dealt with though. Tempole and Robin now get themselves a frag apiece. Grenades go launching in. They're now going to get this bomb planted early, are they? Oh, not quite. They're not, because Sunder's come up with a fantastic double, and he now makes his way towards protecting that outside bomb site, which Zet is trying to plant that, and Sunder will take him down with ease. And MTW, well, what can you say?
There's a reason Sunder's esports player of the year. And it was right there. Famous power, clearing out those SK players. Score is 3-2. Important from MTW there, because they can't, it was an expensive round for them because they lost 3 men. And they can't allow SK that type of fragging. It looks like that it won't result, those 3 frags won't result in the buy for SK because they didn't get the bomb down. That's the most important part of that. SK going to push inside with 5 men on a Glock. And Zonic is the man who's going to open up the nades. MJE's there as well, and the 2 of them go to town on the SK side, pick themselves up 2 each, and there's 1 more that they will fight over. MJE's pushed out to get it, and that's another round for MTW. It's 4-2 to them.
Oh, Zonic kind of, he just sort of sat there and said, you know what, I'm just going to stay here. I'm just going to aim with every bullet I've got, and I'm not going to move no matter how much they shoot at me. And they shot at him to 16 points of health, and he still didn't move. Extraordinary. Straightforward round for them, and they'll like that. They need a few straightforward rounds. Still, 2 rounds, T-side, on train, nothing to worry about just yet for SK. 6 down, and if they carry on that kind of ratio, I think they'll be quite happy with 5 or 6 rounds on the half. Still a lot of work ahead though. AV picks up the first killer round on Zet. Wally replies. AK power from him on whip. Sunder sitting long range, waiting at the back of this train for any sign of life coming from Ivy. Nothing doing so far. Sonic with the double. Alan shuts him down. 2 versus 3 in favour of MTW. Alan though, oh, round the corner, survived the grenade and gets a double, couldn't get the triple. Sunder in with a point blank range shot, and he had to be quick, and he was. 1v1. Tempo versus Sunder, and Sunder, well, took a little bit of damage from Tempo round the corner. Grenade unleashed now as well, and not the most ideal weapon. Well, actually the most ideal weapon, it is the ideal weapon when he's back down on the ramp, but not really close range. Tempo knows this now, and if he decides to rush, he should be okay. Now, crossover, is he going to spy him? He's going to spy him underneath the train, and amazingly, it's Tempo that wins the battle that he really shouldn't have won.
Unbelievable stuff there. Sunder, you can see, not a happy chappy.
And he shouldn't be.
No.
He really shouldn't be. I mean, he missed the shot on the ramp, and he missed the shot coming out of connector as well. And you know, you'd fancy him to win one of those two.
And after 7 on T, SK have won 3. They buy again. They force MTW, they have bought again. So we're on another double buy round here. So this is very, very important. Sonic with the AWP takes over the fragging, and Sunder makes amends with a frag onto Zet as SK find themselves a man down. Alan has the bomb. Wally comes in with one with the orb. Drops Wimp. Now SK moves from train to train. Alan has the bomb. We follow him. He looks to get in front of that bomb train and try and get it down. Has help from Robin. As they dart back, SK lie away. Robin's taking some damage though as he will push along. Sonic comes in. Wally down and out. That's 2 frags of the round for Sonic. 3 SK players left up. Sonic show him how it should be done with this orb. Alan though picks him up. MJE, Tempo, frags coming in left, right and centre. It's all on Alan now. MJE and AVE to try and shut down SK's young player, and they do! Hey, he gets the frag, and that makes it 5-3.
Wow. 3 rounds, good from SK. 5 rounds from MTW at this point, not quite so good. Starting to make amends though. And got to make amends. Don't want to let any more rounds slip away from them on this half. They will be looking to take the next 7 straight. They have to. They don't want to give SK even a sniff of victory in this grand final, because if they do get a sniff, trust me, they are going to grab it with both hands and their AK and their legs. Wally, long range with the Glock, not able to pick up one. And AV picking up a pair, and AV picking up his second of the round. This should be a straightforward round now from MTW. They'll know they're on a save. USB long range from Havey, and Sonic just for fun picks up the frag on Robin. That'll be a straightforward round for them. And more the merrier as far as they're concerned, 6-3.
We're into the 3rd map here of the World Cyber Games Counter-Strike final, and let's just put it this way. These guys know a little thing about 3-map finals. Remember this MTW side under the name of NOA against PGS last year at ESWC. Remember Wally and Zet in that, quote, sensational WCG final in Monza 06 with Wally's amazing ace. I mean, literally, we have got entertainers in front of us. And Wimp entertains Robin with his M4. SK already down 2 men. Zet, Temple and Alan left to fly the flag for the Swedes. Havey gets himself the frag onto Wally. There's Wimp, chimes in with one onto Alan. We're left with Temple and Zet. Temple not going down so easily. Gets himself a headshot onto Wimp as Zet flies from the bomb trains. Now though, both SK players have been made. AVE is going to poke his head around that corner. Temple knocks one. Oh, hello! And in comes the HE, and that says goodnight to Temple. And AVE dispatches of Zet with brutal efficiency. And that is 7-3.
Playing well. Statistically, if you've read Lewis Mira's comment and column on Golfrag, you'll know that Zet came into this -17 in the last 4 tournaments other than Dubai. Not the greatest statistics for a player that is renowned for his fragging, so had something to prove here at the World Cyber Games. I think he's starting to prove it. He's been Jonas's man of the match so far, and he's been my man of the match so far. But a lot will depend on where the next 5 rounds go of this half, and where potentially the next 15 go when we switch over. Round 11. Zet is point man here, seemingly, in the white holes. Now we'll drop down ladder and we'll drop down to his death, thanks to Avy delivering an M4 bullet to his brain. Robin, though, long range, Wimp with a double, and Avy and Sonic will just clean up. And Sonic has been, we've nicknamed him the cleaner because he does seem to just clean up the last sort of remnants of the round.
It's important, though, considering in the opening 7 rounds it was 4-3. Now, the opening 11 rounds is 8-3, and MTW have opened up. And SK's ability to make these rounds expensive for MTW is still there. They're still picking up the odd frag here and there, even on bad rounds, but they're not winning them anymore. Now, they push in, it's a bye round for them. So, this one starts to become crucial, and they start with 4 rounds left to go, knowing that they really need definitely 1, ideally 2. Sunder opens up with 1 onto Wally. In goes the bomb from Zet, but he drops quickly. Wally's down and Robin are out as well, and that leaves just Alan and Tempol to save this bomb. Say goodnight to Sunder. Wally follows suit though as Wimp chimes in with a frag onto Alan. Tempol is the last man standing, and he's not anymore. That is another round, a bye round.
And Sonic messing around with the bomb.
I wanted to let the guy get the AWP at the back. But, I mean, Paul, at this stage, MTW are looking very Danishly efficient in the way they're picking up these rounds.
Yes, they are. Not unlike the way they play for the rest of the year, I have to say. They did go missing a little bit during the middle of the year, but for me, still the best team of 2008, without a shadow of a doubt. And they need to be able to push on from here and win these next couple of rounds. I think 12-3. Oh, MJE with 4 in a row, and now has a chance for the ace. Are they going to steal it away from him, or are they just going to let him try and go for this one? They stole one from him yesterday, and does he get it? He does! And MJE comes up with a magical 5
on a bye round. That is absolutely criminal from SK. Criminal. Wally will be, well, screaming stitches. Look at Zet at the end. They do not look happy. This is when SK beat themselves, when they don't shout, scream and shout. They need Zet to be very vocal, very winding up his opponents. Those opening 3 rounds that they won, they were screaming and shouting, jumping, and Zet was being a nuisance to MTW sitting right next to them. That's what they need. 2 rounds to go. SK must win 1 of them. And they have bought this round. It's a Galil buy for some of them. So if they lose this, they won't buy next. So they've gambled.
That is a gamble as well, isn't it?
But in all honesty, I think they're in that position where they have to.
10-3. 2 rounds for the half as well. And they'll want to take 1 of them. They really, really will want to take 1 of them. Pistols then become our focal point as we switch over. And I know we say it every time, but those pistols are just so important. This is probably the most important pistol round these 2 teams will play in their entire season. Before that, though, 2 more rounds still remaining. 48 seconds of this round still remaining. Zet creeps forward with Robin on the bomb. Robin is creeping back towards Whitehall's now with him as well. MJ waiting for his 6th consecutive frag after that 5-man on the previous round. Long-range shots from him underneath the bomb site. They found him early, and Zet picked up that frag on the nuisance that was the 5-man acer from the previous round. Wimp now, inside bomb site, sees 2, 3 of them inside bomb site. Bomb gets planted, long-range Sonic shot from M4. Waller comes back in on Sonic with that Galil, and then Alan back in with a Galil. Headshot in on Avy. Now they have the advantage, 4v2 right now, and Tempo makes it 4v1, and Waller downs for a brilliant round, and it seems put their backs up against the wall, and they go good.
Important round there from Alan. Alan sat back and watched their back. Had he not, they would have been absolutely back raged and would not have won that round. And then when you're in a pressure situation, when you're down by some 10 rounds to 3 on a gamble round, you could call it, then that's the type of discipline that often goes out the window. So props to Alan from SK there, as SK now will look to follow this up. They know that they are in a position where they absolutely need this round. 10-5, suddenly we're right back in a 50-50 position, and the dominance that we've seen from MTW quickly gets forgotten about. So Wally's the first man to take some damage. Punch. So there's the bomb. Alan will push up. Rifle walkway. 2 SK players stand up. So here on the last round, SK takes patiently as they wait. Zet and AVE are actually right on top of one another on the other side of this map. Zet's taking some damage, you can see, and that's because he and AVE, and in fact MJE is going to find the frag onto Zet. A little bit indisciplined there from Zet because AVE certainly called his position. Now it's going to be Sunder opening up the frag onto Wally. AVE and Sunder come together. One more. It's Tentpole. 1 versus 4, and Wentz shuts it down. 11-4 the halftime score. What a half.
What a cracking half indeed. That man there with a 5-man ace in round 13. Unlucky for some, it was unlucky for SK. They go down 11-4 at the half though, but they're still in this game. It's not over yet, Stuart.
It really isn't, but SK need to find their voices. You can see the despondency in that team already. But look at mTw. They're chatting, they're happy, they're away. The likes of Wally need to find their voices for SK. If BDS sat behind them, needs to rally them, get on their backs, tell them when they're doing it right, and also, and perhaps more importantly, tell them when they're doing it wrong, so that they are quickly brought back to the emotional state that SK needs to be in to win this final. 11-4. The pendulum has swung mTw's way once again, but there's still a lot to work with, and well, the broken record that is
the pistol round.
The pistol.
You're right, it is a broken record, but it does bear repeating. It is a massive, massive round right now, and never more so because this is the World Cyber Games. It's the World Cyber Games Grand Final. It's the final of the Counter-Strike, and it's the final map of the Counter-Strike final. That's why it's so big.
I don't like to rat on the two managers because they clearly don't know everything that's going on in those two teams. But in Dubai, twice from MYM called a timeout when MYM were getting rolled. Something like that, although you can't call timeouts here, something like that just to talk to them, either sit out a save in spawn, something like
I was
that
going
needs
to
to
say,
happen.
Yeah, and we've seen plenty of these teams over the weekend, mTw being one of them, who've made a very quick push here on the inside, in a bomb site. Tentpole was wise to it though, he picked up the opening frag, Zep for second, Sunder comes back in for the reply on Tentpole, but this is a good move and a good position from mTw to find themselves in. They're going to get this early bomb plant, are they? Well, they haven't planted just yet, so they're going to wait, and they're waiting, and that's bad because Alan's picked up the frag on Sunder. Sonic back in, oh, Sonic with a double, can he get a treble? He can't get a treble, and Alan will shut him down. It's a 1v1, but AV wins! And that might just be the most important pistol round they're ever likely to play, because that, ladies and gentlemen, might just take them all the way to victory.
Guess who was huge in that once again? Sonic, the man who double scouted them earlier on, and now in that pistol round came up with 2 massive frags, and that puts them up in a position where if they convert this, then really it's their match to lose. SK are going to have to pull something out, well, I don't know, SK style to do this, show why they are one of the world's top teams. But right now, AV and Sunder are going to work on these players as Wally and Zep both find themselves down. Robert, Allen and Tentpole left up. mTw pushing out as well with a confidence now as Allen will look to flank. Interesting maneuver here, he's got Robin with him, but there's one waiting there, and it's AVE. 3 men pushing up inside. AVE is going to find them. In fact, he's pushed on himself. It's SK rallying along the back. Easy does it. As they go quietly into the night. But we're about to find out whether they will be shut down. As SK come rallying around this white wall. Massacre down by Sunder. Hello! And that's the end of the round. Sunder picks it up for the Danes, and they are number 2. They need 5 rounds in the set on this T side, and they will be champions, and they are almost halfway there.
2 down, the Danes are loving it. Those Danes in particular in a very, very large crowd here at the World Cyber Games Grand Finals. 2-0 at the half. mTw.AMD are 13-4 up now on train, having switched to T side. They're 3 rounds away from doing what they couldn't do last year and claiming the gold at the World Cyber Games Finals. It's the one thing missing from their little armoury in 2008. Push here to the inner bomb site. Zet waiting with FAMAS in hand, and it's going to be fairly useless because they've already broken into this bomb site. MJE making his way away all the way along the far side, gets picked off from long range with the AK of Wimp. AV, Sonic and MJE, oh, AV craters as he picks up the flag on Zet. He tried to drop down ladder, got shot at from Wally, and will then lose his life down there, but it doesn't really matter. They're going to get the bomb planted. They've got a 3-man advantage with a 4v1, and there's only Jimmy Allen left, and he's horribly useless anyway, obviously.
They bought this round. It's going to be so costly if Allen can't pick something up. 1 on 3 now, going to save and get out of there. So
has to.
That round counts double almost.
I'm going to clear up that last little comment I made. I was joking, of course. Oh my God, what? Yeah, it's going to be all over the forums now that, you know, I hate Jimmy Allen. Jimmy Allen's my favourite player. There, I've said it. It's out there. I've been saying it in the previous 2 maps, so if you weren't with us, you know, just to clear it up.
He's just saying that too.
So this will be another round in the bag for the Danes. 14-4. Mixed by last time round from SK, so they're in trouble here.
Yeah, I would be amazed if they bought this round. Looking down on their screens, the answer is negative. They are not buying on this round. They lose this, it goes to match point. If there ever was a time for Wally or Tedpole or Zets or any of these world beaters to come up with a world beating round, I don't know, it'd be about now. Yeah.
I'd go with that.
mTw funnel one on the outside. They know that they put SK in this financial position as well, and they want to take their time to feel out their opponents. Have some Deagles, and of course M4, we've got a Famous, but SK have bought what they can, because financially they've gone the way of Iceland, and now they will a few shots rattling off through the wall. They're looking for Zet. MJE is the man who's somewhat nearest him. Tedpole is the one that will spy them coming down this ramp, in fact, as Tedpole and MJE will be about face-to-face any second now, according to the overlay map, but Tedpole's retreated, so MJE will get a walk in towards that inner sight. Alan and Robin are rotating, and SK are going to call this one perfectly. Zet is behind them, doesn't realise he's got people behind him as well, though. Wimp on your screen is going to come and look to outflank Zet as Wimp pushes in. And lovely counter rotation from mTw. They've got 3 SK players moved into that other side as well. This forces now then to move into the outside side. SK are going to come through the 10 hallways right next to Sonic. Oh, I don't know about now as Alan comes in. MJ gets himself one back onto Alan. Wimp finds Robin, and now from Robin to Sonic. MJ gets himself the frag on the Wally. It's just Tedpole as he sits on the back of the swamp train, but Sonic gets the round. And mTw show their class, their guile, their skill, but more importantly, their brains. That counter rotation was perfect.
Perfectly executed, and as you saw on screen, Wimp says, one more round, and they will be crowned champions. Here we go, round 20. Is it the one that brings them a gold medal, or do SK Gaming still have something left in the tank after what has been terrific performance, whatever way you look at it? Sunder rips open Alan with the opening frag of the round. AWP Power to the rescue yet again from the Esports Player of the Year. 15-4, we're on match point. We're on championship point. And people are on their feet right now here at the Cole Messe. Back to T-Spawn they go. Wimp creeping back the long white hallways as well. 5v4, can they get the advantage? Robin spied one from long range. Sonic will pick him off. MJE in on Zet. They've got a real chance now of finishing this early. Wally is the last man to really put up any resistance. Sunder, though, gets rid of him. And last man standing is Tedpole. It's a 4v1! And Tedpole does take down Sunder. He won't be able to take down Sonic! And we crown a new champion! It's the Danes. It was inevitable. It's mTw, and they thoroughly deserve it.
What a performance from the Danes. They add to their ESWC Masters title, the World Cyber Games title. A really, really top draw performance from them here on train. That really was a performance of champions. Zet's the first one to go over there and congratulate them. He knows that he and his side have been beaten by very, very worthy adversaries. A shake of the hands, but I think from mTw's perspective, they are going to party long into the night off the back of this one. Red, I'm going to ask you for your man of the match or man of the tournament, and for you.
It's such a tricky one, you know. Zet's had a great tournament here, I have to say, but really for me, the reason that these men are the world champions has only one reason. It's teamwork, of course, but Sunder for me, just about Shaitan.
Well, there are the Danes, champions of the World Cyber Games Counter-Strike. They are, look at Sunder, he looks absolutely exhausted. FJE there.
He looks like he could go for another ace round.
Yeah.
And he's quite happy with that. I think he's smiling. I think he's still smiling from that 13th round. But they are your world champions from the World Cyber Games 2008. And that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps it up on stage 2. You've been listening and watching to the Counter-Strike 1.6 Grand Final from the World Cyber Games 2008 from the Cole Messe in Cologne, Germany. I've been Paul Renai.
I'm mTw.AMD,
And it's a good night from me.
and it's a good night from him.
We'll catch you more. For FIFA, of course, is over on Stream 1. Might just about be finishing. Who knows? We don't know. But that is that from us. Thank you for tuning in. Broadcasting from On GameNet. Thank you to our friends in Korea, and also our friends alongside us from GameSpot for the German commentary. This is us signing off at QuantV.